Now I know you're thinking, come on NextGen, are you seriously doing a video unironically on Sora's mum? Of course I am. Of course I am. Sora's mum is actually kinda intriguing for the simple fact that she is of course the mother of the series' main protagonist. Now yeah, sure, him having parents is a bit of a given, and even them not being around isn't too shocking either. In many stories involving young heroes, having the parents be absent is very common, and Disney in particular tend to really enjoy getting rid of the parents of their protagonists in one way or another. But the thing that's funny with Kingdom Hearts is that there was a small moment specifically dedicated to highlighting that his mum exists, is alive and well, and that his dinner was ready.
A storm? Oh no! The raft!
Sora! Dinner's ready! Come on down! Sora?
Now this scene was probably just created to highlight that he does have at least one parent around at the time of Kingdom Hearts 1 and nothing more, but you know, this is Kingdom Hearts, and because it's Kingdom Hearts, I don't believe the answer is actually quite so simple. All the signs that this is something we should be paying attention to are there. Nomura is trying to make it abundantly clear that something is going on here, and in order to understand what that something is, we've got to dive deep into the depths of the Kingdom Hearts canon. No, I'm just joking, we don't really have to do all of that. I just wanted to discuss how likely is it that we'll ever see Sora's mum again in the future. Now you might be thinking, well that's a silly question, of course she's not going to appear. Why on earth would she come back? There's no reason for her to. And besides, it seems like Nomura has completely forgotten about her anyway. Well yeah, that's what I thought until back in 2019 when the official Kingdom Hearts Twitter account tweeted this. As you can see, the tweet states, "Happy Mother's Day everyone. Whether you give your mum some flowers or just give her a call, let her know she's appreciated today. Right, Sora?" And then of course they linked the clip below that showed Sora's mum calling Sora for dinner. Now firstly, this was a fun and amusing tweet, and I think it was a good move and right on brand, a bit like this video. But what I particularly find interesting about it is that it confirms that Sora's mum hasn't been forgotten about by Nomura like many of us used to think she had been. And perhaps more importantly, that this was tweeted after Kingdom Hearts 3 had already come out, and by this point we'd already seen the secret ending of Yozora and Viren Rex and all of that fun stuff. Also, it confirms that it is in fact his mum, which I know 99% of us thought that, but that's just for the 1% who thought it might just be him having a hallucination, or that it's just some caretaker or something like that. But the thing that it has had me wondering is just why? Like, yeah, sure, as I said, it fits and it's funny, but considering the fact that the series has gone out of its way to never bring up these parents ever again or ever show them, it just seems sort of weird that out of nowhere back in 2019, the Kingdom Hearts Twitter account would just tweet about Sora's mum, especially since the message of the tweet is to make sure you let your mum know that she's appreciated, and they directed that statement to Sora with that "right Sora" at the end. So they obviously are aware Sora's been a terrible son for all these years and hasn't ever given much thought to his mama, but I guess you have to wonder, would it mean that she would pop up somewhere in a future game? Now before you go nuts, I'm not saying that she's secretly Strelexia or Ava or the Nameless Star, or that she's somehow the Master of Masters. I mean, how she would have ended up with Ray Chase's voice would be a whole mystery in and of itself, and I don't know about all that. But that's not really where I'm going with any of this. I'm just considering the possibility that she may appear at some point in the future, especially given the existence of this tweet. And of course, it would be perfect if when she did appear, she grabbed Sora, sat his ass down, and told him that this time he's going to eat his damn dinner. I mean, I guess it could be cool if she came out of nowhere with like a double-bladed keyblade or something, and some sick new track just kicks in and it has hints of Sora's theme in it, but that's not really necessary. I just think it'd be nice, given that we know this woman does exist and we know Nomura clearly didn't forget about her. It might just be a nice little thing to include in the story at some point. And if they were to do it, one way they could go about it is simply to have her be one of those parents that's out of the loop, and she has no idea what her son has been getting up to out there, and she probably thinks that him, Kairi and Riku were just building rafts and exploring all the time or something like that. Or she could be a character that actually is involved and knows some stuff, and maybe she does have some secret knowledge about everything going on. I wouldn't mind either or neither, but I would like to see her appear, if only just to see what the heck she actually looks like. Whoever made this picture of Sora's mum, by the way, I'm not sure what they heard in her voice that led to this particular depiction, but I have to say that's one interesting way of envisioning her, but I much prefer this one for the simple fact it looks a lot more fitting. And she might also finally, after all these years, reveal what exactly it was she was making for dinner, because that is probably one of the most important questions that needs to be answered. I guess we also have to wonder as well whether or not she would actually remember him. I believe by Kingdom Hearts 2 she probably would, but during Chain of Memories she would have forgotten about him for sure. But given the fact that Sora has been back to Destiny Islands a couple times now since Kingdom Hearts 1, you have to wonder what's going on with that. Speaking of Destiny Islands, I would love for us to be able to explore the town that they live in, especially since that is where Sora's mum would be, and we've never really been able to do that. We barely got to even go around Destiny Islands in Kingdom Hearts 3 with the data greetings, so bringing her in might also present an opportunity to flesh out the world that 3 of the main characters from the series have come from. Again, this wouldn't have to be anything crazy or some sort of super important thing, but hey, Square themselves said that Sora should make sure his mum knows she's appreciated, and I don't know, I'm not entirely confident so far that Sora's made her know that she's appreciated. I think he's got at least a few Mother's Days to make up for, and what better way to do that than to put her in one of the games and have Sora do it right there on screen. Also, it relates to another topic, and that's families in Kingdom Hearts just in general. Throughout most of Phase 1, family wasn't really a strong theme, but with Strelitzia being related to Laurium, Brain still potentially being related to Ericus, and of course, if we're talking about mysterious relatives, we don't have to look any further than Kairi's grandma. I'm curious with this new phase whether or not family may become a bit more important than it was previously, and if so, who knows? Maybe Sora's mum will finally make her on-screen debut, and then the truth is revealed that she was, of course, Maleficent this whole time.
What a hag.
I will say though, despite this tweet and how fun it might be to consider Sora's mum being some secret badass or something, chances are she'll not really have any truly significant role in the story, and there's still a fairly good chance she'll never appear. But honestly, I do think that there's a fair point to be made that she might, given the fact that she was officially mentioned not too long ago. Regardless though, the theories about Sora's mum over the years have been hilarious. My favourite one still to this day has always been the one about her being the true source of darkness and evil, and that she was the one who created the Heartless because she wanted them to bring Sora back for his dinner. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that's some funny stuff, but yeah, I'd be content with just seeing her appear in some shape or form. But hey, it's okay for Sora's mum to just be, you know, Sora's mum and nothing more than that. It's okay. And Nomura did always say that Sora is meant to just be an ordinary boy, so I think it's pretty fair for his mum to just be, you know, an ordinary mum. But anyway, that's all I've got to say for this video. Be sure to leave your thoughts on this in the comments below. Do you think Sora's mum will ever appear? And if so, what do you think will be the reason for it? Do you think it's even a good idea? Is it needed? Or should she just forever remain in the shadowy corners of the canon? Let me know what your thoughts are below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell button so you're notified when I drop more videos. My name is NextGenNovelist, and that's all I've got to say, and I'm out. Peace.